How do we determine fresh eggs? What are the guidelines in choosing fresh eggs? And why is it important to buy fresh eggs?
Run.
What are the eggs that we are going to buy? As you can see, these eggs have uniform sizes, free from fecal matter, no visible cracks, no deformity, and when you smell it, no foul odor or unwanted scent, and uniform in color. As you can see, we have two varieties of eggs, the brown one and the usual egg, the white one. These two have no significant differences aside from the pigmentation given off by the reproductive system of the hen. The color of the egg is attributed to the feed that they take. There are also eggs, common with the large variants, have two yolks. Double yolk happens when two yolk matures at the same time and released from the hen's oviduct. And let's do the water test. Remember, the one that floats are stale and the one that sinks are fresh. Observe the egg that floats and which side the egg tips up. Another way to test the egg is cracking the egg open and checking the yolk and egg whites. The egg yolk must be well-rounded, high in mid-center, and does not break easily when held. Another way to check the quality of the egg is using the candle method. If you don't have a candle, you can always use a torch or a flashlight, and this is done in a darkened room to observe the size of the embryo. When storing eggs, it is alright to wipe the egg to remove the fecal matter and other visible dirt, but not too hard as you might remove the bloom or the cuticle, which protects the egg from moisture loss and bacteria. The cuticle or bloom is produced right before the egg exits the hen's reproductive system. Previously, we bought white eggs from Pure Gold expiring on October 2, brown eggs expiring on September 18th, and wet market eggs also expiring on September 18th. For this demonstration, we are going to make use of these white wet market eggs. But before that, let's do a quick recap. In the last video, it was mentioned that cleaning the eggs will remove the cuticle or the bloom. Is it advisable to clean eggs before storing? If you are not sure about the answer, please view the first episode, Determining Fresh Eggs. When storing eggs, over time, eggs gradually lose moisture and the air pocket at the blunt side of the egg enlarges. By keeping the bottom side up, the yolk of the egg remains at the center. Our activity for today is to separate the egg yolks from the egg whites. We can do this with the help of a squeeze bottle or a water bottle. Make sure that the water bottle is clean and safe to use. Squeeze the water bottle and carefully place it on top of the egg yolk and transfer one by one. Now we can use our egg whites in the future for meringues and icings, egg yolks for cakes and cookies. We can also store whole eggs by whisking the eggs together and storing them along with our egg whites and egg yolks. We can use zip bags or microwavable containers. Just make sure that the containers are well cleaned and sanitized to avoid unwanted contamination or spoilage of the eggs. It is wise and best to write down the date when the egg was processed. In our case, we are going to write the date and the time we processed the egg. With proper freezing, the eggs can last up to 10 to 12 months, but I intend to keep this batch for only 30 days. If properly stored, the eggs should look like this. If you intend to keep your eggs longer, eggs should be kept frozen to prolong the shelf life. If you're going to use frozen eggs and you are going to thaw it for cooking, do not attempt to refreeze the egg again as the quality of the egg might be compromised due to cross-contamination and food handling. It is best to use thawed eggs immediately to maximize the quality of the frozen egg. Should you decide to keep eggs in its shell, before storing your eggs, remember the expiration date or the best before mark written on the best before label. Keep the eggs on its original container to avoid accidents and cross-contamination. Avoid placing eggs on the rack provided on the refrigerator door, as the temperature of the refrigerator fluctuates every time you open the door. The rise and fall of the temperature in the refrigerator as you open the door induces bacterial growth, which may and will contaminate your eggs with salmonella and other harmful pathogens. Instead, keep the eggs in its original container and place it in the coldest part of the fridge. I hope you have learned a lot from our lesson today. Hope you join us again on our next episode. Thank you and goodbye.